If you copied someone else's ETF portfolio, there is a good chance it is completely wrong for you. Not because the ETFs are bad, but because your age changes how your portfolio should be built. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what the best ETF portfolio looks like by age, what you should focus on in each decade, and how to build a simple, long-term investing plan that actually fits your life. By the end of this video, you will know what your portfolio should look like right now and what it should slowly become as you get older. In this video, you're going to learn how investing priorities change in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, how risk should shift over time, what kind of ETFs make the most sense at each stage, and how to build all of this using a clean, simple Fidelity setup. This is not about finding perfect funds. It is about building the right structure for your life. Most beginners build one portfolio and never change it. They treat investing like a one-time setup. But investing is a multi-decade journey. Your income changes, your family changes, your responsibilities change, your ability to take risk changes. Your portfolio should evolve with you. Before we go by age, here is the rule that stays true forever. You build wealth with growth first. You protect wealth later. Every portfolio is simply a different balance of those two goals. If you are in your 20s, your biggest advantage is not money. It is time. This is the phase where your portfolio should be built for growth. Your main job is to build your base, reach your first 20,000, reach your first 100,000, and stay invested through volatility. A simple ETF structure in your 20s looks like a broad US market ETF as your core, and optionally a growth-tilted ETF for extra long-term upside. At this stage, short-term drops are not danger. They are discounts. Risk feels scary when you are new, but volatility is not risk when you have decades. The real risk in your 20s is being too conservative. If you sit in low-growth assets too early, you permanently slow your future compounding. In your 30s, your income usually rises. This becomes the most powerful investing decade of your life. Your job in your 30s is simple. Increase your contributions. Your ETF structure stays almost the same. You still focus on broad US market exposure, optionally international exposure, and still mostly growth-oriented funds. But now the real weapon is consistency at higher dollar amounts. If you increase your monthly investment from $500 to $1,000, that change alone can cut years off your wealth timeline. Your 30s are not about finding better ETFs. They are about feeding the engine. In your 40s, your life usually becomes more complex. Kids, mortgage, career pressure. Your portfolio should still grow. But now stability starts to matter more. A simple ETF structure in your 40s usually adds a slightly higher allocation to broad market funds, possibly a small allocation to more stable or diversified assets, and still keeps growth as the majority. This is where emotional control becomes extremely important. In your 40s, a market drop suddenly feels personal. Not because investing changed, but because your responsibilities grew. This is where simple portfolios protect you. Complex portfolios increase anxiety. In your 50s, the goal starts to shift. You are still growing your portfolio, but you are also protecting what you built. This is when many investors slowly introduce more diversified exposure, more stability-focused ETFs, and slightly reduce aggressive growth allocations. Not because growth is bad, but because the money has a job soon. Many people make the mistake of suddenly becoming extremely conservative in their 50s. That can be just as dangerous as being too aggressive. Your portfolio still needs growth to support decades of future spending. In your 60s, your portfolio becomes a tool, not just a scoreboard. Your structure focuses on protecting principal, maintaining steady growth, and supporting withdrawals. This is where many people begin using broader diversification and more stable ETF allocations. But simplicity remains the advantage. You do not completely rebuild your portfolio every decade. You slowly adjust. Small shifts, not dramatic changes. Investing is evolutionary, not revolutionary. The more complicated your portfolio becomes, the harder it is to manage, the harder it is to stick with, the easier it becomes to make emotional mistakes. Simple portfolios scale, complex portfolios collapse. Inside your Fidelity account, you choose your core ETF. You add your supporting ETF if needed. You automate contributions. You rebalance occasionally. You do not redesign your portfolio every year. At age 25, your portfolio is built for growth. At 35, it is built for acceleration. At 45, it is built for balance. At 55, it is built for protection. At 65, it is built for sustainability. Same person, same strategy, different emphasis. People search for the best ETF, but the real question is, best for when? There is no universal perfect portfolio. There is only a portfolio that matches your stage. When your portfolio fits your life stage, you stop second guessing. You stop reacting to headlines. You stop chasing performance, because your strategy finally makes sense for you. You do not need a complicated investing plan. You need a portfolio that evolves with your life. If you build for your age, stay consistent, and keep your ETF simple, you give yourself the greatest advantage an investor can have: time, working in the right direction.